Donald, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thanks for chatting.
When you first read the script...
Stupidest thing I've ever said.
Thanks for chatting.
Thanks for chatting?
Sure, fair play.
Yeah, sorry.
When you first read the script, was there anything in particular that made you want to make the movie?
Well, first of all, I said Alex Garland on the front. He's possibly my favourite writer. I think I own all his screenplays. I think that he is an absolute genius, and the films he makes are exactly the films that I like to watch.
What's your favourite one of his?
I mean, between 28 Days Later and Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Yeah, Sunshine. I think is just a brilliant piece of work. So that was, and then the fact that it was like I was pretending not to burp there, but I was actually burping. It was like the fact that it was kind of a psychological thriller, but then had this. I love sci-fi, so it was like intense and very human, lots of twists and turns. I never knew who was in charge or who had the power or who was manipulating who, and I just couldn't stop reading it, and I thought if we can make a movie like the script, then we'll be in really good shape. So everything about it I loved.
Recently in Foxcatcher, Steve Carell, he kind of distanced himself from the cast, Mark Ruffalo and Channing Tatum,
I heard
to
that,
kind of make it a little bit kind of more different, I suppose, on screen. When you met Alicia, Ava, the character, did you do any of those distancing techniques to try and make it a bit better?
No, well, we almost went the other way. We'd worked previously on Anna Karenina, and in that it was all about creating love and creating deep connections quickly. And actually we needed that again on this, because I think the test is to see whether Ava has consciousness. That's the reason that Caleb is there, my character, is to test her to see if she's got consciousness. So actually it's much more interesting if you start connecting, because that's really troubling if you think, God, but I'm talking to a machine. Yeah, but actually we have this connection thing. So yeah, the way we played around with that was really interesting, and we used some of the same stuff that we did on Anna Karenina. I think, had some of the same little tricks that we used on that. So it was brilliant fun. She's an extraordinary actress, so I loved it.
Was it special or different working with a first-time director, especially one of your favourite directors?
Well, I don't consider him a first-time director, even though I know he is in terms of his name on the film as director. But, I'd worked with him on Never Let Me Go and on Dread, both of which I think are really cool movies. I had a small part in it, so I'm allowed to say that. But he'd been on set on those, he was a producer on those, he was in the edit on those, so I felt like Alex knew what he was doing. It wasn't like he was learning on the job. He knew everything going in.
What about Oscar Isaac? You're going to be working with him, or you have worked with him, on Star Wars. Was it nice to kind of get to know him first before the big...
Well, nobody knows if I actually did work with Oscar in Star Wars or didn't or anything like that.
Come
I'm not
on.
allowed to talk to do with any of that sort of stuff. But no, I hadn't met him before. I'd seen Inside Llewyn Davis, so I was a fan already, and then met him, and it was interesting. We had some of those moments, I think, on set where, his alpha thing, he would kind of start expressing it a little bit. He'd start getting ready for
beating his chest,
takes and stuff, a little bit, not kind of that sort of thing. And then I went the other way. I got quite nervous and inward, and didn't even realize I was doing it, I think, until Alex told me.
Do you think you play characters that are kind of like yourself in real life?
I think that I have done. I think that I probably did in this. He's a lot smarter than I am, but we also have. You agreed with that pretty quickly. And like saying Frank and about time and stuff. But I think all those three characters are actually quite different in ways. Like how I would describe them as people are different. But yeah, I think if you're in every scene in a movie, sometimes it makes sense to bring a lot of yourself to it and just make the alterations that are necessary for the film, as opposed to making something completely new.
Yeah. Are you afraid of technology?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you
absolutely.
have a pet pineapple? I IMDb'd you, and apparently, I'll quote you, you are afraid of technology, and you prefer to read by candlelight with your pet pineapple Wilbur.
Where did you read?
IMDb.
IMDb?
IMDb.
Oh, Jesus. Well, look, what myself and Wilbur get up to in the... No, that's made up, but what a brilliant thing to make up.
It's very strange.
I wonder if that was one of my friends or something. That's such a bizarre thing to take time out of your day to put onto IMDb.
I just thought I'd ask because it...
No, I am afraid of technology, but then the information validity goes downhill after there, I'm afraid. Yeah, sorry about that.
I interviewed your dad a couple of months back. And he said that he's very proud of you for being in Star Wars, but he doesn't really care about all of the stuff, he called it, that goes along. Do you care about all of the stuff?
No, I think you'd be in this for the wrong reasons if you were. Like, the reason you are in it is to try and be in good stuff and work with cool people and express yourself and all those things. But to make good things that people can go and see, and it'll make their day better if they see them. That's the object. You don't always succeed, but that's the reason to do it. Everything outside of that, I think, is a waste of time. And you know, myself and my dad and my brother, Brian, I feel like all of us have committed to the good side of acting, you know what I mean, as opposed to the other.
It definitely comes across on screen anyway.
Thanks, man.
The music in this is really good. It kind of like a slow build, kind of like.
I haven't heard the music yet. It's Jeff Barrow did it, I believe, right? Yeah, but I haven't. I saw a cut of the movie, but they hadn't got the full score on. They hadn't finished all of the effects yet. I'm going to see it tonight.
What is your style of music? What style of music do you like to listen to?
I love the Strokes, and I love Loïc Lantoine, who's amazing. Really worth checking out. And Micah P. Hinson and the Walkmen. And I also love Paul O'Shaughnessy, the fiddle player. He's amazing.
A fiddle player, because you're dad.
He's incredible. Yeah, but Paul O'Shaughnessy, like, he's as good as it gets. And a band called Fiddle, F-I-D-I-L. They're amazing too. Really, really good. And De Laurentiis and Squarehead. I like lots.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Perfect, Donald. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, man.